holiday season, many civic organizations have gift-giving programs that brighten those holidays for children in their community. Several years ago, Optimist Club member Leland Yates proposed that there is a large number of children who are virtually forgotten at this time of year. During his years as a cross-country bus driver, Leland saw the dispirited behavior of the many kids who, rather than being home enjoying Christmas with friends and family, are forced to travel during the holidays. His description of these experiences led the Evening Optimist Club of Albuquerque to believe that its members should do something that could lift the spirit of this forgotten group.
While most families opened presents left by Santa this morning, many were traveling, didn't get the chance to gather by the Christmas tree. But one local group made sure all kids had gifts to open this Christmas, even if they couldn't be home. Here's News 13's Katie Kim.
Coloring books, crayons, Play-Doh.
Welcome to Santa's Workshop, located not at the North Pole, but Albuquerque's downtown bus station.
These are going to kids that come in on the bus or the train through Albuquerque.
You can call Leland Yates Santa's helper. Yates and fellow members of Albuquerque's Evening Optimist Club have been stationed at the Greyhound stop all day yesterday and today, spreading a little Christmas cheer.
Thank you. Bye. Some are going from New York to LA or LA to New York, and it's really uncomfortable. It's not fun riding the bus, and it's almost traumatic.
And Yates would know.
I was a bus driver quite a few years ago, and I noticed that because I worked a lot over the holidays, and there were always kids there, and they just really didn't have a Christmas.
So members of the local service group are bringing Christmas to kids in transit. They prepared more than 120 gift bags filled with toys donated by other local groups.
Nice. There's a lot of waiting. There's a lot of just dead time when you travel where there's nothing to do. So, and a lot of people get on the bus with kids with nothing for them. And so this gives the kids something to do. It helps to make that time go a little bit shorter.
It was a welcome surprise to Raina McIntyre.
It's been over 24 hours of traveling with them, and it's rough.
McIntyre, her husband, and 4 kids rode the train from California. Christmas morning was spent passing time instead of opening presents.
Christmas is tight, like it is for a lot of people, so having something like this just to come to is it's amazing.
Katie Kim, KRQE News 13.
And the gift givers plan to stay at the station until presents ran out or when the last bus rolled in.
Next item on our agenda is our Bus Depot Community Project. And Leland, is the project worth doing again?
Well, I think so. I've got a lot of support from the community, and certainly the kids coming in on the bus and the train seem to appreciate the gifts. There's a lot of excitement. So we've had nothing but positive feedback. I see no reason not to continue doing it.
Feedback from the parents also, of the children that we gave gift bags to.
Is there any reason we should review our schedule or make changes in our tasks?
Scheduling is the biggest conundrum, I guess, that we have. The first year we tried to match the bus schedules as they came in, which would seem the logical way to do this. But for one, the weather is generally pretty iffy all across the country, and these buses will start in New York or California. And going across country in bad weather, the schedules are just hard to follow. Plus we have buses that originate almost in Mexico, which don't really have a schedule. They'll come in any time of day. So trying to meet the schedule was just didn't work. So then the next year we did just try to schedule every hour someone be there, and which seemed to work because we always had someone there if the buses came in. But we had a lot of people that did their schedule. No buses or trains came in. That's kind of unfortunate for those people.
Last year we scheduled it though, so we had someone work from 9 to noon, noon to 3, and then 3 to between 5 and 6.
Okay, right.
And at least 2 people would be there, and that worked out better because every shift had at least a bus or at least a train.
Right, and I guess the first year we had shorter shifts.
But now, trains, they're pretty well predictable, though.
Trains are more predictable.
We only had one that ran about 45 minutes late on Christmas Day, and that was because of snow. And the trains are also very helpful now, or the train employees will radio to the engineer when he's about 15 minutes out of Albuquerque and ask him to announce to the parents on the train that Santa has a workshop set up in the depot if they'd like to get off the train and bring their kids in. So that really gave us a big response this last year.
And yeah, and the scheduling, like I say, we'll still run from Christmas Eve through Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and then we kind of end when either the last bus goes through or we give one away, all the toys. Got how we're fairly early.
Well, this last year we were done by probably 12 or 12:30 Christmas Day.
Was there another train scheduled for the
In the
later in
afternoon.
that day?
Yeah.
So if we would have had more to give, there would have been more receiving
I've
that day.
increased the number of bags this year by 20.
Leland, who do we need to coordinate with at the terminal to get this set up?
Generally, the Greyhound has a city manager, I believe, at most of the main terminals. The main terminals they operate, which is what they have here. So make first contact with the city manager, and that's what I do. And usually it's a pretty easy sell. They're pretty good guys and gals there. And show them the benefits and let them know that it's going to be very low impact on their operation. They allow us one room, and it's a nice size room. It's their conference room, and we have kind of the run of that. We kind of spread out the tables and stage the gifts, and that's all we really need is that room, and they're pretty easy going. For stations that have cafeterias, cafes, we don't suggest, we don't give away food or any kind of items that would even be competition for the cafeteria. We have like a union station here where the trains and the buses come to the same terminal.
What percentage of train versus bus recipients would you guess?
I don't know, what do you say?
70 to 80% train
Mostly train.
and 20 to 30% bus.
Now, one of the things that has helped us over the past few years has been donations from the community. Are they on board this year?
They are, every one of them. Plus, I've just gotten a new person to donate $900 worth of Beanie Babies. I've also had people who saw our TV coverage and came up and said, "We saw you and we want to be part of the project. What can we do?" So we have one lady that donates children's books every year now.
We have the Woodworkers Club here that supplied, I don't remember how
30
many,
doll beds
30 doll beds
and
with the
160
dolls.
toys.
And then the Quilting Club here of ladies provided quilts for each of the dolls. They were really nice. And then they made
160
160
wood toys.
wooden toys.
We've had these donated by different club members this year, and they're little hand puppets that will go in the younger children's bags. We had these again last year. In fact, you're the one that discovered them at Costco.
But
And
we
they
didn't
went
see
over.
any, we were out there, about a week ago, and we didn't see
Hey,
any.
we bought them all up.
We bought them. As soon as we knew they were there, we
Oh,
grabbed
is
them
that
because
right?
they were a big hit with the kids last year.
Try to avoid things that's going to get them in trouble on the bus. We don't give them drums,
Horns.
musical instruments, things like that.
It was a pretty good coverage last year. Didn't you, from the newspapers?
We
had
do
good
every year.
coverage every year.
Probably been the easiest project we've ever run for
That's
getting
a natural.
news coverage.
We have at least 2 out of the 3 news channels cover it every year.
And then the first year we had a really nice newspaper spread. And it seems that all the news agencies are kind of hungry for news that time of year. They're looking for things.
Something was inspiring.
And especially if it's positive things.
How many people do we need to staff each of the shifts on both days?
No fewer than 2.
Well, there was a security issue too with the ladies, for instance, coming and going from their
Yes.
automobiles. Yeah.
Did we encounter any surprises last year that we had to deal with?
The only surprises were that we ran out of bags so soon. Oh, and we weren't planning on stacks and stacks of cots all over the lobby area
Oh, yeah.
Cots.
because several buses were canceled, and so there were people sleeping in the lobby of the bus depot for 2 nights in a row.
Oh, wow.
And so the city had provided cots for them to sleep on, and there were like 150 people sleeping in there each night.
So basically, whatever problems we encountered, we managed to work our way
Right.
through. No problem whatsoever. Do we need to appropriate more funds?
We may need to appropriate some more funds.
So, but I think for the impact that this has, you know, for everyone involved in the community and the promotion we get, $500 is not a huge deal.
It's a very good deal.
Well, I hope this project has generated a little interest in you, because we really have a vision of taking this further, serving these kids that are really out of the loop from other civic organizations. We ourselves give away many bicycles over Christmas and do a lot of help with homeless kids, but those kids are all in some system somewhere where these kids traveling are completely out of the system, and it really brings their Christmas to them. This is a project that anyone can do in any town as long as there's a bus stop. Even a small town, if you just have a bus a couple of times a day show up there, no matter how small, you can come up with some kind of gift, a treat, snack, something like that, to give the kids when they come through on the bus. This could be a project that Optimist International could brand, something that could make a name for ourselves, not only here, but all over the world, because there's trains and buses all over the world. I know some people may object to having to leave the house on Christmas Day to go out and go down to the bus station. I think you'll find that this is something that your kids would certainly appreciate. You can give them a gift for Christmas, or your kids or grandchildren, and they'll probably forget it in a year or two, but this is something they'll never forget. They'll always remember you going down to the bus station, taking them down and letting them see these kids and what you're doing for the people. I think that means a lot. And also, you may need an excuse to get out of the house too, so you've always got that. So if there are any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact me or any of our members at the Evening Optimist Club in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Thank you.